fun of people who act, responsibly. I'm making fun of Paris Hilton and Amy Winehouse and Lindsay Lohan, and they deserve it.
She's sassy, she's outspoken.
You need to be smacked in the face, okay?
But when Chelsea Handler finds out President Obama is a big fan, well, she loses her cool.
I'm becoming more and more attracted to him every day.
It's an unexpected therapy session that'll have you laughing out loud. Wow, did I digress there?
That's okay. Talk more about your childhood.
I know. And for dinner, your wallet may be empty, but your taste buds don't have to suffer. We're making a steak dinner on a budget. Especially in this economy when it comes to something really pricey like we're working with beef tenderloin. Any way you can stretch a buck is a good way. Today is someone who definitely is not afraid to say whatever is on her mind. Lucky for us, she happens to be very smart and very funny. Take a look at some of her recent antics.
There's a woman who breastfeeds her 8-year-old. Hey lady, if you're still breastfeeding your kid when they're 8, you're not their mother, you're dating. I play dodgeball around the office mostly because it brings employees together. Because we've got so many people who are just moons over my family about this game. Who's this? I'm not tasting it.
Come on, taste it. We're making these people work for you.
Take your shirt off.
Chelsea Handler. First of all, I remember War Ball, and I don't think they let kids play it anymore, but I used to love War Ball. War Ball was when half the class got on one side, half got on the other, and you would just wail that ball, and the bigger the welts, and the more you made the other kid cry, the better it was for your team.
That sounds like my kind of game.
It totally was.
I've never heard of War Ball.
It was War Ball. Does anybody know War Ball?
Dodgeball. Yeah, dodgeball. I played a game where you would run up behind a kid and smack them in the back of the head, and then just run away. But that was just being an ass, I think. I don't think it was a game.
No, we did this. This was fun back in the day.
I know, it's fun that people want to get. There are adult dodgeball, like a baseball team. You can have there's adult dodgeball teams that you can join and play at night.
There's whole leagues.
Yeah, leagues. That's the word I was looking for.
I'm not saying I may or may not have been in any of those events, but...
Listen, Rachel, if you play dodgeball on the weekends, that's your business, okay? There's nothing to be ashamed about.
Has there ever been anything that you wouldn't talk about? Any place you didn't go? On purpose, like you made a conscious choice.
Yeah, I mean, yes, obviously. I mean, I'm on limit. Whatever I can say about myself, I like to make fun of myself first, and then you can pretty much make fun of everybody else, is my theory. As long as you can have a sense of humor about yourself, then go ahead and make fun of people. If you can't take a joke, then you shouldn't make a joke. But is anything off limits? I don't like to make fun of kids that aren't attractive. I think that's kind of mean. It's not their fault, and they're young, and they haven't gotten their act together yet, So I don't think that's mean. Like, I'm a 5-year-old, or somebody says, oh, look at her baby. I'm like, that's not cool, It's not the baby's fault that things aren't coming together yet.
Do you ever get nasty letters from the people you comment about?
I get phone calls, I think.
Really?
I don't answer them directly, so I don't really know. But there's publicists that call and say, can you please stop making fun of my client or something? And I'm like, well, then tell them to stop acting ridiculously, and then I'll have nothing to talk about.
You want to mention any of the people that have really taken a particular offense?
I don't really feel those calls, but I definitely have heard through other people. People get mad if I say things, but I'm not making fun of people that I would ever, I'm not making fun of Jennifer Garner, people who act, responsibly and are normal, nice people. I'm making fun of Paris Hilton and Amy Winehouse and Lindsay Lohan, and they deserve it.
So there you go.
We've got to take at some point you have to laugh at the fact that we're all so obsessed with celebrity. So when E said, oh, do you want to do this late night show? I'm like, yes, but I can't deliver this news like it's serious. I'm not going to sit there like Samantha Harris and be like, yesterday, Alec Baldwin got his braces off. Who cares? And I use Samantha Samantha Harris as an example because she's also ridiculous. But I think you have to make fun of yourself for caring so much. And in this time, we are so silly. We're so obsessed with celebrities that we have to laugh at it.
To me, it makes it more interesting, you know, because it makes you chuckle instead of taking it too seriously.
Right.
Puts it back in perspective and lightens you up and takes your mind off whatever.
It does take your mind off things. I know that my mind is not working when I'm doing the show, so I'm assuming nobody who's watching is either.
You know, I want to know, every time I meet somebody who I find very funny, I'm curious, who do you like watching? Who makes you laugh?
Well, David Hasselhoff, but...
Okay. Everyone.
He's funny.
Why does the Hoff make you chuckle?
Oh, I could go on and on and on. Because he's the Hoff and you don't hassle him.
That's my husband's favorite T-shirt. Don't hassle the Hoff.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
It's
That's a
in his
pretty funny
collection.
shirt.
He loves it.
No, I think I laugh at a lot of things that probably aren't supposed to be funny because I get a kick out of that. I get a kick out of anyone, back to what I was saying, that takes themselves seriously. You know, like people who are seriously, you know, launching an album when you're not a musician. Like, I think that's funny. Like, can you imagine if I just would, like, dropped a hip-hop album? I'm like, yeah, I'm getting into hip-hop. No, you're not. You're not. So I'm
Not a good lead.
No, I like
It's a chasm.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
So that's it. I mean, I get a lot of, joy out of George Bush. He's gone now, and I don't think Obama will ever give me that kind of joy.
There'll never be any material of this person. What are you gonna do?
Good. We shouldn't be making fun of the president in the first place, so it's perfect. Now we have somebody that you can't make fun of.
True. Now, dang it, he really is Superman.
He is Superman. I'm becoming more and more attracted to him every day.
He looks good in his suit. And I met somebody who's wearing like a $149 suit on inauguration day.
Good.
I mean, how can he make that look that good?
Because he's got a wife like that, and they work it out together with those two children. So rock it out.
They are rocking out. They're on my new dream dinner party list. So I wanted to know, this is a fun question I usually ask food people, but if you could have a little dinner party and invite 4 guests, dinner for 5, who would they be?
I would love to invite Barack Obama, but I don't know if I ever would want to waste his time like that.
He's too busy now, right?
I met him once at one of the dinners, and I had such a great time with him, and he said, oh, I love your show. I went, what? What? I couldn't believe he even knew who I was. And I was like, what, you watch my show? When do you watch TV? And then I have a little sidekick on my show named Chewy. He's a little Mexican. And he said, where's Chewy? And I went, oh my God.
Barack Obama knows Chewy.
Chewy doesn't know who Barack Obama is, okay?
These are cool people.
They're very cool. So anyway, I said to my boyfriend after that, I said, I don't ever want to see him again because nothing will top that experience. You know, when somebody says something nice to you like that, of that stature, I'm like, I don't ever want to see that man again or talk to him.
It's not going to get you better than that.
I would have, who would I have at my, that's a good one, Flava Flav, absolutely. That would be funny. I'd like to see that grill down some food. I guess I would throw in a little David Hasselhoff, but I'd have to have someone there who could enjoy the humor with me, like somebody like David Sedaris. I've never met David.
I love David.
Do you know
Sedaris.
David?
I haven't met him.
Yeah.
But I've read every word.
Really talented person. Everybody. He's the person who inspired me to write a book. And I met his sister. Yeah.
You're on your 3rd.
I'm on my 3rd. I have to write it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying to
Your sister, David Sedaris.
No, not my sister. I see her enough. I would
forget it. She's out.
Okay, so David Sedaris, David Hasselhoff. That's 2 Davids. Who else did we say?
We started Flava Flav in the grill.
Flava Flav. I need somebody else more normal there. So I'd say like, Oprah would be good, I guess.
Oprah's great. She can talk about anything.
I've never met Oprah. I would like to talk to her about a couple things.
That's why the table's full.
Is that it?
The table's full.
Yeah, it's full.
So the first book was about your horizontal life, about sex life.
It was my horizontal life, a collection of one-night stands. And I was wiped out after writing that. So,
and this was number 2. Right?
This was my book, Are You There, Vodkids, Meet Chelsea.
And then when this one came out, the first one went back on the list. I think this one's been on for like 9 months.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine having a best? I mean,
you put up a permanent structure.
I can't believe it.
It's like Twilight.
I know. I really can't believe it at all. I'm so surprised. First of all, I didn't even graduate from college. My brothers and sisters are so, like, over me. They're like, what are you doing writing books? You didn't even go to school. I'm like, exactly. Deal with it.
And, yeah, she's working on her third Library of Congress number siblings, so put that in your hat.
I need a title, though. I need a new title for that, because I have to top that title.
What's the topic?
They're all essays, short stories. They're all true stories about my life. So I like to make, they're all self-deprecating.
Do you know who you should ask?
Who?
David Sedaris at your dinner party. He would come up with the perfect title for you.
Yeah, but this is a fantasy dinner party.
I bet you'd probably love to have dinner.
I should write him a note and see if he has any ideas
You
for
should.
me. That's a good idea. I like writing. It's fun when you become more well-known because you can send other celebrities notes. Like there's
And you don't sound like a stalker.
Yeah, yeah. And then they send you a note back. I'm like, oh, I'm just communicating with Jane Fonda. No big deal.
It is really weird and cool.
It is weird.
Because we were both waitresses back in the day.
Oh, I hated waiting tables.
Well, it's a lot better than dishwashing, which is what I started out with. So, do you have what are some of your horror stories from the...
I hated waiting tables so much because the way people treat people, the way that people treat people when they walk into a restaurant can be awful. And when somebody is spending 40 minutes trying to decide what they're going to have for lunch, a meal they're not even going to remember in 2 weeks, it's like you need to be smacked in the face, okay? People need to chew with their mouths closed. You need to say please and thank you and look your waiter in the eye. They're human beings. And that's the biggest... I know a lot of people say this, but I think everyone should have to wait tables for 6 months out of life just to see what it feels like. And there are many worse jobs, obviously.
It teaches you everything you need to know. Humility, manners, patience, all the virtues.
Yeah. And needless to say, I was fired from every waitressing job I ever had.
I couldn't get fired. My mom was the boss.
Oh,
My mom ran the restaurants. Oh, that overtime. She broke every label while they was working me.
Dishwashing. You should see.
I started, do you know how horrible it is to be like 13, 14 years old? You already feel like a freak from another planet. All your friends come in and they see you covered in grease and old food. You smell like old eggs, and you stand next to a dish. It's a DMO operator, dish machine operator.
I'm surprised you had any friends.
Oof. Well, yeah, didn't during those.
I know. How do you
during
make
those
that
days.
or watch you wash dishes?
It's horrible. It was really very, very humbling. Wow, did I digress there?
That's okay. Talk more about your childhood.
I know. Work it out. Chelsea's just doing a little therapy. So we do this funny game here. It's not really a game, but it's little topical, little hot topics, and it's called Going Too Far. So we take a topic, we ask the audience. Oh, they're gonna pop up what it is that we're talking about first behind us. This is mall ads that show shoplifters' faces. This was during the last holiday season. Did you read about this?
Yeah.
So intriguing to me, and I don't know how I feel about this. They put up these little video kiosks in a big shopping mall, and they took repeat offender shoplifters, and they showed the clips for 15 seconds on 11 different terminals. They didn't show their names, but they showed the faces of these shoplifters up in the mall. Like, this is what's going to happen to you, so keep your hands in your pockets. What do you guys think? Was that going too far, yes or no? Who's going to speak? We have Holly. Where are you? Holly, aren't you cute? What do you think, Holly?
I'm Holly, and I'm from New York, and I think that is going too far. I think that, number one, that public humiliation isn't really an ethical solution for most shoplifters, and two, I don't think enough people are going to pay attention and remember who they saw in those kiosks for it to really make a difference. Plus, even if someone is deterred from shoplifting in that mall, they're just going to shoplift in another mall.
That's a good point. Let us change locations. Yeah, I agree about the public humiliation. There's something about it that really, I find it unsettling. And where's Jill? Wait, we gotta let Jill go.
Oh, calm down.
Jill, what do you think?
Hi, I'm Jill from New York. I think that public humiliation and embarrassment is fabulous for shopkeepers, for shoplifters, because I think that they're going to keep doing it over and over again. And I think that if they see their face somewhere in a public place, they might think twice about doing it again. I also think that it creates a problem. Shoplifting is a problem for shopkeepers. They have to raise their prices, which ultimately affects the consumer.
You have to pay more yourself.
Absolutely, pay more prices for things, and also they have to hire surveillance cameras and surveillance people. And I think that ultimately it could be a wonderful deterrent, and I think it's a great idea.
And you never know why people are shoplifting. I mean, if it was your son or your daughter and they're very young and they make a mistake or they're on a dare or a bed or something, I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I have shoplifted and got caught for it. I shoplifted, this is the worst part, I went to Sears and shoplifted bras and underwears with my girlfriend. And I came home and my mom was like, really? She was so disgusted with me. And of course I didn't need the money. We just did it because we're like, oh, let's see, And we got caught and you went to a shoplifting class with a seminar with my father. And he just stared there looking at me. And they didn't speak to me. And that was enough to deter me because I'd never have stolen it. I mean, maybe a gummy worm out of the thing at the grocery store. I'd take those out.
The bug fins.
Yeah.
I'll sample.
Yeah, I like to sample that because it's so sanitary. But I learned that lesson. I am not for public humiliation. I think that's a step too far. I think you're not going to, if somebody's not going to learn by being punished or by being caught the first time, they're not going to learn by seeing their picture up. They're just probably going to not go to that mall again.
Yeah, exactly. I think they'd probably find another venue. I'm still staying in the middle of this one because I don't know. But I think that was a very diplomatic answer. She's very good at this. So we thought we'd give Chelsea a little speed round since she's a very opinionated person. So this is the first ever going too far speed round, and it's not really that speedy because I have to read all of this. And we do this show completely unscripted, so
I like the looseness of this show. It's a mess.
I know, right?
Let's go. It's great.
Well, we have the snacks.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very homey, family
very casual.
I like it.
It's like sitting in the living room. All right, so going too far speed round. This one I absolutely love. A mailman refused to deliver junk mail. He said it was too heavy, didn't want to deal with it, so he buried it in the backyard. He thought he was doing kind of a public service. Now, listen to this, though. He got caught, and he could have been sent to prison for 5 years and fined $250,000 for junk mail. What ended up happening was he was fined $3,000, which is a lot. And he had to perform 500 hours of community service.
Oh, gosh. That is so stupid. First of all, I totally agree with getting rid of junk mail. That's a really nice thing that he did, because he was actually thinking about other people. Taking it to the next level and burying it in your backyard is a little weird. To go into that kind of trouble means that, he could be closer to going postal than he realizes. But he should, there should be no punishment for that. And there should be no punishment. He should get a slap on the wrist. He should have 500 hours of community service. Is a huge amount of time.
It is.
And he should have paid $3,000. He should have called me. I would have loaned him that money and paid for it myself.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he should be fined for that kind of behavior. He was thinking about other people.
And aren't we getting beyond junk mail? If you don't ask for it, it shouldn't come in your mailbox.
It's bad enough it comes in all the magazines.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now this is the most severe one I've ever heard. His 5-year-old son, he's on a school bus. The kid, for whatever reason, throws an apple at the bus driver's head. The father then punishes the son by making him walk 13 kilometers. That's about 8 miles for the rest of us who can't do that math. 8 miles to school every day. So the father walks with him, though. He didn't just let the 5-year-old out the front door and say, be gone. But that's a harsh lesson. And the two of them had to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning to make the 2.5 hour hike to school.
That's driving something home a little too hard. That kid is going to throw the apple at the father at some point. It's one thing to learn, that's not nice to a little boy to get up that early and walk to school. One day you learn the lesson. And they were saying that they're going to name him Father of the Year in Australia. Everybody's singing his praises, saying what a great job he's doing as a father.
8 miles?
Yeah, and the father must not have a lot going on, too, if he's got 2 hours to kill every day.
Also, Chelsea, don't you think, the little kid is 5 years old, his legs are like this long.
No.
It's like the little dogs you see on the street.
I know, that's terrible. It's a little boy. You come here, tell him to come to America. Tell him to walk to America.
You do the backstroke when you hit the water.
I'll take care of you.
Chelsea's waiting with open arms. Okay, last one. This one's cool. I like this one. It's very creative. A teacher has a budget. He teaches calculus. His budget is cut to just $316 from $500, and he needs more than $500 to print the test. So did he go too far? He started selling ad space on his exams. Not for products and stuff, but different local community businesses could give kids self-affirming messages. You could leave a message for your child. Sort of like they sell ad space in the yearbook. Go Chelsea, get an A.
Right.
On the test.
Or just graduate.
And he had different rates for different handouts. If it was a test, they charged more. If it was a handout, they charged less. What do you think about
I think that's terrible that a teacher is taking money, has to come up with his own money to print tests. That's absurd. That's really bad.
Right,
We're in a
for
bad
running off
state of affairs.
a handout for your kids. Crazy.
I'm going to take care of that problem too.
Yeah. It's on Barack Obama's list and Chelsea. Thank you for the speed round, Chelsea. You know, Chelsea's not only very funny and intelligent and, showing off all over the place, she's also a giver. She brought books for everyone. So we can all ask the very important question, are you there, vodka? It's me, fill in the blank. That's for everyone here. And I think a couple even probably will fall off the truck for you guys on the website. If you want to go to the website, we'll have it for you there. But more importantly, Chelsea's out on tour, and you can go see her probably even closer than you can watch her on the television right now. So go to our site, and we'll list all of the dates. You can check her out every day on E as well. And there you go. We're going to grab a snack. We'll be right back.
Coming up